I'm Ana Cepeda, and I'm gonna be presenting you a case study that I worked with kind of fake information of a fake company. And this is to show you how I worked as a data analyst and how would I react in a real life situation on a company. So this project is called Sales Insights of AtliQ Hardware. So first I'm going to give you a little bit of information of AtliQ. This is supposed to be a store that is located in India. It has a main office in Delhi, and it has several offices across the region. The company supplies hardware and peripheral manufacture to multiple clients. And the problem here is that the new sales director has noticed that the sales have been decreasing in different regions and also in the main office in Delhi. When he asked the managers of the different regions, they just provide him an Excel with the sales of the day. And firstly, well, there's a lot of problems with this because he receives multiple documents from the different stores, and all of the information is gathered in the main document. And he cannot really see what's going on with those documents. Also, well, as the information is not automated daily, what he's receiving is outdated information. So he can actually see how the sales are increasing or decreasing on a live period. It's more of the sales from last year and maybe 2017 and 2018, but maybe the sales that are actually happening in the moment are not being seen in these documents. So in this fake situation, I get hired and I'm asked to solve this problem. So what does this director sales want? He wants the revenue breakdown by cities. He wants a revenue breakdown by years and months. He wants to see the top 5 clients by revenue and sales, and he also wants to see the 5 products by revenue number. The top 5 products, sorry. And for this, one of the ways of seeing this problem is to first do a names grid. So I'm gonna put the purpose, the stakeholders, the end result, and the success criteria. For the purpose, I put in to unlock the sales insights that are not visible now for the sales team in order to have supported decisions and automated data to reduce the time of data gathering. For the stakeholders, we're going to have the sales director, the marketing team, the customer team, the data and analytics team, and IT. Well, although these people are here as stakeholders, well, first the sales director is the one that hires us, so he's quite important, and he's the one that wants, well, he wants to see what you're doing, and he wants to see these results. The marketing team can make decisions based on the data that you are going to be releasing, as well as the customer service might be interested in some feedback because of the results that you will be gathering. The data and analytics team is the one that is going to be helping you in this situation, and the IT team is also might be also be involved, like helping you with gathering all the data. For the end result, we want an more than one automated dashboard that will provide us with a quick way to see the latest sales insights in order to support the data-driven decision making. And well, for the success criteria, we are going to be obviously having the dashboards that will be uncovering the sales and will be updating daily. So the people in the company will have the latest data. And well, with this, they will be probably going to make better decisions and try to save costs on the company. And also with this, you're going to be like stop gathering data manually, and will help you save some business time and reinvest this time in another activity. So now we're gonna be looking at the data that I got. First, we used a little bit of MySQL to kind of look at the data and see what we're gonna do with the dashboards. So first, we wanted to see the revenue of each year. It's going to be the total revenue, so it's going to be having the revenue from the different places. And one thing we actually noticed since the beginning is that some transactions were in rupees and some transactions were in USD. So this could affect the data later. So for now, we're just going to have a preview. So we added the both of them, but later we're going to have to clean it. So this is the total revenue in 2017. This is the one in 2018. This is the one in 2019. And this is the one in 2020. So all the data, it's up to the 2020. So we don't have data of 2021, 2022, or 2023. Well, later we wanted to see kind of the total revenue of each store. So we gathered the data and we basically wanted to see which were what were the stores selling, and kind of giving us an idea of the stores. So the store with the highest revenue was the one in Delhi, so the main office. We gathered this by selecting different queries, for example, the select query, and we got it from the sales transactions. We did an inner join, and by grouping the sales transaction market code, that's the one that gave us from which city, and then we ordered it by the sum in descending order, so we could see actually which one was the first store. And also with the same query, we kind of just tweak it a little bit so it would have all the years. We found out that in each year the store in Delhi had the highest revenue, so it was the store with the most sales. But still, that didn't give us like profound analysis of what we wanted, so that's when we went to Tableau. So first we did a star relation of each of our tables. So we had the transactions table, we had the customers, the date, the markets, and the products. But all of those, the customers, dates, markets, and products were connected to the transaction. So it was really easy to do these kind of relationships. So we could join all the tables. So before we did any analysis, we wanted to clean the tables. First, we made sure that there were no zeros or null data in our sales. So we said that the sales amount had to be either 1 or higher, and we put the highest number we could get as the limit. And we split some stores that were actually not in India, because we were only interested in India, and also if there was a place with a null data, we also excluded it. Oh, and before I forget, sorry, in here, even though you cannot see it, we also took out the USD currency, because the stores in 097 and Mark 999 were the ones that had the sales in USD. They showed kind of like they were kind of one of a time businesses in the US, and maybe that's why they were in USD and they were not in the in India. For dashboard process, I'm gonna be showing you the different tables that I did in Tableau. so I can make a big dashboard, so the sales director could actually see a visual way of how the sales are being, well, how is the revenue and the sales of the different stores in the regions. So I'm gonna have to go out of the presentation and actually go to Tableau. I'm gonna say that I did all this process in Tableau desktop, but I published it in Tableau public, so that's why we are here. Because for what I know, Tableau public cannot connect into MySQL, and I needed to connect to MySQL because I had all the information in MySQL. But well, now we're gonna start a little bit. Firstly, we wanted to have our total revenue because it was one of the things that the sales director wanted to see. So here we made our this kind of kind of just the data. We didn't want to see a table. So in here we just tried to put some blank spaces so you could actually just see the total revenue of all the sales. We also did the same with the sales quantity. And we started to make tables with, firstly, with comparing the revenue per market. So per market, it means per store, basically. So each store has a market code, and we put the market name in one side, and we also put like the sum of the revenue of the whole store. So what you can see is that, as we said, Delhi is the one that has the highest revenue. We also did exactly the same, but for the sales quantity. And again, Delhi was the one that had the highest revenue. Now I'm going to be jumping across some of the tables because I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the process later. So don't get distracted because I'm skipping some of the tables. After this, one of the things that the sales director told us is that they wanted to see like the top 5 customers. So that's why we had them. And we got this from some of the ones that had like the most, the ones that had actually spent the most. And as you can see, there are the electric stores. And we also got the 5 highest products that were bought. So as you can see, this is the product 040. We also had a table that was the revenue per year. As you can see here, we added some tags that actually said the amount of money that we were actually seeing, because if you try to look at it in this bar, you're not gonna see it quite clearly compared to the table. So for example, in here, you actually can see that it's 42.52 million. And we tried to do it per month. So the sales manager could actually see which was the highest one or which was the lower and compare it per year. Okay, so now I'm gonna just move a little bit here. So as I said, just ignore this a little bit. So now we're gonna go to our first dashboard. So this dashboard is the one I was gonna be presenting to the sales director. So it's gonna be the first one. So in here, he can actually see the total revenue of all the stores, the total sales quantity, the revenue per market, the sales quantity per market. He can see the top 5 customers and the top 5 products, and he also can see the revenue per year. And in these little bars, I made this so if the sales director wants to see their sales in 2019. He actually can click on it, and now we're actually gonna see a change in all our tables. So in here, we can actually see that still the top market, as I said before, is Delhi, and this still the top store is Delhi in the sales quantity. And in here we can see that there's a fall on the revenue sales in December. So it goes a little bit lower than on August. Well, it's July actually. We get a lot of revenue, but at the end of the year, the revenue is decreasing. So we can also go to 2020, and basically we see that again, the sales are decreasing. So we can see why our the sales director is quite worried and why he wants to see the sales in a visual way. So now I'm gonna show you how you can also see it per month. So if I click on January, sorry that these ones are in Spanish, as my Tableau is in Spanish. When I try to create the table per month, it's gonna it's giving them in Spanish, but that's why. So the ene is from enero, which is January. So as you can see here, we can see this revenue of January. So the table is quite interactive. And so now we presented our interactive dashboard to our sales director, and he liked it. It had some of the things that he wanted, but he wanted a little bit more feedback. So for example, he wanted to see the profit of the stores. He also wanted to see which were the places that were having more sales, either the e-commerce, so it was gonna, or was it in the actual stores. He also wanted to see like the profit trend and a customer table. So we took all the feedback that he gave us and we made another dashboard. So that's why I jumped a little bit of the tables. So you're gonna be seeing what we did for the other dashboard. So first I created a profit per market. So as you can see here, we are already seeing some changes. So Surat is actually the one with the highest profit, not Delhi. So even though we saw that it had the highest revenue, the store that is having the highest profit is Surat. And we also saw that there's quite a big problem with Bengaluru. So I'm pretty sure that as sales director would be very interested to see what was going on with the store that is having minus 20.78 profit. After that, let me just go here. We got, we wanted to show the sales director the whole profit of all the stores. And we wanted to show him a little bit of a table that showed the profit trend. So as you can see, there was a moment that we were having a lot of profit. But as the manager saw, our profit decreased. And we did a customer table, so the manager could actually see which were the stores that were having more profit, and he could actually just scroll through the table. And also, well, he asked us that he wanted to see if which was the strategy that was working more for the sales team. So it was definitely not e-commerce, it was more on the stores. So maybe the marketing team can actually focus on that and try to maybe increase the e-commerce market, or maybe try to focus all the marketing for the stores. So now we are gonna go to our profit dashboard. So in this dashboard, you're gonna be seeing again the total revenue, and as you can see, Dell is the one with the highest revenue, but Surat is the one with the highest profit margin. And we can still see, even in here with the revenue, we can see that the store of Bengaluru is the one with the lowest revenue and the lowest profit margin. In here we can see our table with all the clients' names and which were the revenue, the profit, and the margin. We can see our pie table with the e-commerce and the sales in stores. And we can see our profit trend. So in here as well, I added the years. So you could kind of see what was going in each year. So for example, in 2018, we can click on it and we can see our numbers changing. We can still see that in 2018, Delhi was the one with the highest revenue and Surat was still the one with the highest profit. And we can still see that the one with the lowest profit margin was Bengaluru. But in here, we can see that Bengaluru had more sales, but it still wasn't profitable. We are done with our dashboard part of this case study. I'm gonna be leaving the link on my portfolio so you actually can see the dashboard and interact with it. And I'm gonna be giving some conclusions. So first in here, we actually got the data. We worked a little bit with it on MySQL. After that, we cleaned it a little bit on Tableau and we did some tables and then joined them on the dashboard. So our sales director could actually see the revenue, the sales quantity, and the profit of each store, and he could actually make some decisions from it. And we also, actually made some tables so he could actually see how the revenue was increasing and decreasing per year and per month. He could also see the profit trend, and he could see our top customers and our top products, and how we sold in e-commerce and how we sold in stores. So all of these things we wanted to, well, give the company as much feedback as possible. But that's why I had like two dashboards, because in the first one you actually can see like the revenue and the sales quantities, and the sales manager can see some data from there, and the sales director can see also the other dashboard that you can see the profit and compare it with the revenue, and you can see the table of the customers. And kind of, I think in this case, even though the sales director asked us to change a little bit of the dashboard, and that's why we made two of them, I think if I was the data analyst of the company, I would recommend them to use them both, as both of them actually gives you insights of the sales situation in the company. And well, as I said, this is a fake company and a fake situation, but I wanted to show you a little bit of my work with Tableau and MySQL. You're gonna be seeing more examples in this website that I'm creating, so you can see my portfolio of work. But yeah, it was nice to meet you, and I hope you enjoyed this a little bit of a presentation. Cheers.